So today we're going to be talking about how our attitude correlates with our actions. How many times have you thought to yourself that you couldn't do something, and in the end you end up pulling it off? It's a good feeling, right? Now, how many times have you thought to yourself, man, I can't do this, so you end up not doing it, or you end up not even trying? It's not that big of a deal, right? Your expectations were already defeated by your attitude. Now check this one out. How many times have you thought to yourself, I got this, I could do it, it's easy work, and you breeze right through it? Probably more times than not. That's when your attitude drives your actions and you succeed. So let's take this information and water it down a little bit into 3 things. Number 1, you think you can't, but you do. Number 2, you think you can't, so you don't. And number 3, you think you can, so you do. Alright, so number 1, you don't think you can, but you end up succeeding anyways. This happens very, very seldomly. It's almost like an accident. And accidents are almost never good. I think we can all agree on that. Number 2, you think you can't, so you end up not doing, or you end up not even trying. For my school people, it's like going into class and saying, I'm not going to pass this test. I'm not ready for it. And you end up not passing the test. You end up failing. It's when you show up at work and you think to yourself, man, today's going to be a rough one. Your thoughts have already put you at a disadvantage and you haven't even clocked in yet. Number 3, you think you can, so you do. You see an obstacle, you see a problem, and you attack it head on. No hesitation. You think you can do something, therefore you go out and you do it. All 3 of the scenarios are different from one another. However, they do have one thing in common. They all begin with an attitude. Whether good or bad, your attitude is your foundation. It's where you start. Your attitude drives actions. So for a second, just be transparent with yourself. What does your attitude say about you? Are you proud of your current attitude? If you say no, then there's no way you can be proud of your current actions. That's just the way it goes. So let's grab an attitude worth being proud of. Let's grab an attitude so positive, so lively, that when you walk into a room, people ask you what you're so happy about, because they can feel it. Wouldn't it be great to have an attitude so bright that it not only brings you joy and drives you to succeed, but also add value to someone's life around you? Some people say that you're a product of your environment. Some people say that you are the company that you keep. Well, how about this one? You are your attitude. If it is a negative attitude, something has got to change, and it needs to change now. If you want positive results in your life, you simply cannot have a negative attitude. You wonder why the results you want aren't coming. You wonder why you aren't where you want to be. The attitude and the mindset you need to achieve what you want isn't present in your life. Attitude drives actions. Now check this out. Your actions have an enormous effect on you, right? We all know this. We should also know your actions don't only affect you, but they also affect those around you. Both positive and negative actions. Let's rewind if you're not piecing it together. Your actions affect those around you. Therefore, your attitude affects those around you. Stop being selfish. Stop letting your negative attitude, that negative mindset, hurt those around you. Stop letting your negative attitude hurt you. I said it before, I'll say it again. Your attitude is your foundation. For my builders, for my people that are good with their hands, would you build your house around a bad foundation? No. So don't build your life around it either. I looked up what the word attitude means. Now, I didn't do it in a dictionary, I did it on Google. It is defined as a way of thinking that is reflected in a person's behavior. Take that in for a second, I'm reading it again. It is defined as a way of thinking that is reflected in a person's behavior. Wow. Behavior. See how it works? Now, as an adult, you wouldn't want someone to say that you didn't know how to behave, would you? Having a poor attitude is the equivalent of not knowing how to behave. It's simple. We've heard it since we were children. Fix your attitude. Have the right attitude. Luckily, we know now what we didn't know back then. That so much more comes from our attitude than we thought. And if your attitude is lacking, you need to make adjustments before the things that you want are out of reach. If a bad attitude prevents you from succeeding, impacts people in a negative way, and serves as a poor foundation in your life, why would you keep it? Why would you hold on to it? One of my best friends says it best, man. LIG it. Meaning let it go. You have so much dependent on your attitude, more than you think. You can't afford for it to be negative. I promise you, if you are willing to change and if you are willing to adapt to a new positive attitude, the goals you want to achieve in your life will be that much closer. Your attitude drives your actions.